This is Carria of Coloring Carria, and I have another video for you today. Today I will be reviewing this book called I Dream of Yarn. There is a subscribe link over here, or is it over here? There's a subscribe link in one of these. There's a tip jar in one of these. There's a whole bunch of links below for other past videos I've done. At the end of this video, I will be doing another video. I'll be doing like a little, I'll turn the camera around and be talking to you guys about what's been going on in my life and why there's been a delay in the videos. I think you guys will like it, but we'll see. So let's get started. This book I found at the yarn store. I'm not sure if you guys know I'm knitter, crochet, weaver, and I make my own yarn. I made this yarn and then I am knitting this up. This is a project I'm working on. It's kind of a work in progress right now, but when it's done, it'll be like a nice big shawl slash wrap. So this is from yarn. This is from wool that I bought, and then I made the yarn myself. And then from the yarn, I'm working this up. So this is the ball of yarn. The rest that's remaining. So, but anyway. As an aside, that's just an aside. So that's how I ran across this book, as I was at my local yarn store. And I got this book for $10. The book is by Franklin Habit. It's $10 in store, but Amazon has it for $7.63. It's single-sided, 45 images on 96 pages. There's no test page here. But it is, but it's not too detailed, so it's really good. I know that a lot of books lately have been really, really detailed, and this book is definitely not excessively detailed, so that's good. So there's that. So the book is basically focused on like knitting and crochet. There's a little bit of weaving featured, focused on yarn. There's a lot of different sort of item patterns. So there's like sweaters. There's actually a fair amount of cats in this book too. There's sort of, it's very whimsical, sort of like what you know, like literally if you're dreaming, you know, like while you're knitting or something, and this is what you might dream up. The images, as I said earlier, aren't overly detailed. So that's really good. So this might be really good for you to trace and to do some painting with, in terms of like watercolor painting, if you wanted to do that. So hold on, let me try to get all the images on paper here. Let me try to cover up all the images for you so you can see there's some Fair Isle here. There's all sorts of different things. So there's some things in space, some things on land. So overall, it's kind of a really fun book. There's a lot of little cute details throughout. One thing I noticed is that most of the people knitting are female, so that was kind of a little bit disappointing. Because, you know, men can knit too. I actually don't know when or how this happened. There's a stain in my book that shouldn't come with your book. That was just me, something that happened. But there's a lot of, you know, there's, I think these are gnomes, not elves. I wanted to say elves, but they're gnomes. There's sheep in sweaters. We always love seeing sheep in sweaters because that's really cute. There's this knitting, which you could argue that some of these people are men, actually. So there's, you know, it's very like whimsical and fun. This is in different languages. Japanese, I know that's what this one is, but these other two, I don't know. This is English. So that's, oh, there's this KP, that's knit purl, knit purl. There's a lot of things where you see knit purl throughout. So that's kind of fun. And I actually wanted, this looks like it's a crochet pattern. I actually wanted some of the patterns in this book. I was like, oh, I kind of would like to see that in a pattern. So that's about the only thing that I would do differently in this book, is I would actually make some of these things into actual patterns that you could get some of these patterns. Like this is a fun one. So there's like, oh, there's Pearl One Knit One, the little robot who's knitting, which is kind of funny. So this is just a general taste of these images are generally like fun, whimsical, a lot of use of interesting. This is definitely a crochet pattern here of some sort. So there's definitely a lot of use of just like really interesting different ways of looking at knitting and crochet that aren't your typical ways of that you usually see them. So that's a lot of fun. And there's a lot of use of like various dream imagery and sort of unexpected ways of seeing knitting and crochet. So overall, I really like this book. I think $10 might be slightly overpriced, but you know, if you get it on Amazon, I think that it'll be a nice, fun book. So let me show you the very front where I did a little bit of testing the different mediums. So this is a India ink pen. This is a Faber Castell pen. So you can see that that looks okay. You know, like this is single-sided, so you can put like another sheet in the back of it. And then I have this part here, which is watercolor, and I have a little bit of water here with me to sort of test the watercolor effect. So I haven't done this yet, so I'm curious to see. Oh, this looks okay. I'm curious to see what the impact this is gonna be. And then that's a watercolor pencil. So this is all just watercolor. There are a fair amount of cats in this book, which I thought was interesting. All right, let's see how the back looks. So it looks okay. I mean, I think that as long as you don't use too much water, it'll be okay. So that looks okay. So you should be able to use like a little bit of like light watercolor on here. I think that this paper is thick enough that you can use markers in the back, but I would still use a sheet in the back just to be on the safe side. Your Copics are obviously going to bleed, but your water-based markers should be okay. But I would still put another sheet underneath, just, you know, just because it doesn't hurt anything to be on the safe side. And as always, I have my little watcher here. Hey, Stewie. All right, so thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned because at the end of this there's a little, I'll turn the camera around and do a little section talking about my life a little bit. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. All right, bye.
Hello. I just wanted to talk to you guys really quickly about what's been going on with me and some of the things that are going on. As you know, I was sick with pneumonia, the flu, blah, blah, blah. So after I started getting better, my wife was going to London already, and she really wanted me to go with her. So then we scheduled for me to go with her. So that's kind of what's been happening is I've just sort of been preparing for my trip to London. I'm leaving in 2 days, which is nerve-wracking. I haven't been internationally in a long time. I've been to like Japan when I was in college, and I've been to a few other places, but I don't really fly that much because I don't like to fly. So it's been kind of nerve-wracking, and I'm trying to get ready for London. I'm going to Stonehenge. That's super exciting, super nerve-wracking. So those are the things that have been going on in terms of traveling, and it sort of made me really nervous and anxious. So I haven't been feeling like up to it, and I want just to give you guys my best self. And I don't want to do any lackluster videos, so it's kind of what's been going. But in addition to that, something else has been going on. I've mentioned this briefly in the past, but basically I've kind of been going back and forth about whether or not I wanted to have kids for many years now. And after getting better from the flu pneumonia, I decided that it was something that I wanted to do. So it's been crazy, just blood work, testing, this test, that test. It's so crazy. And I have Dandy Walker hydrocephalus. I don't know if you guys have seen my Dandy Walker hydrocephalus video. So that has also sort of added some complications to the process and to making sure that everything's okay and to making sure that I'm clear to get pregnant. So that's been the process, and as of right now, I'm about to get my medical clearance, so that's super exciting. So then that means like, like getting, $600 each for a vial of sperm, like finding the money for that, like finding getting all the testing done, going to all the different doctors. That whole process has just been like, just really nerve-wracking and makes me anxious and nervous, but I am really excited. This is something that I want to do. I have given this a lot of thought, and I just decided that this is what I want to do. I mean, even though I'm usually the person that's like, hey, you kids, get off my lawn. Now I'm thinking that I might want to have a kid. So now there's definitely going to be a kid on my lawn, which is going to be, you know, that's what I want. So after giving this a lot of thought and all this stuff. But anyway, so that's what's been going on with me, and that's why there's been a sort of less frequent videos. I've decided to do less frequent videos rather than doing lower quality videos. So that's what's been going on. I don't, anytime between when I get back from London until, we, exhaust our financial reserves, it's going to be about, when I would be possibly getting pregnant. So that's a thing that could potentially be happening. My wife says to just go one day at a time, because if I take it all in, London, baby, we can kind of get mentally heavy and a lot. So she said just go one step at a time, one day at a time. So I'm going one day at a time. I will be doing my best to give you guys frequent videos. I don't yet know what my abilities are going to be should anything happen. So if anything happens, and if I become pregnant, basically, then you guys will know, before a lot of other people know. Nobody in my family watches my channel, so it's not like it's going to ruin any kind of surprise for them. They don't watch my channel. They don't watch my videos. So it's not going to ruin any surprise for them. So, so they'll be surprised in their own way, but then you guys will know early on, because it'll affect the channel. I will do my best to to keep you guys abreast as to what's going on. What else did I have to say? I think that's about it. Oh yeah, I wanted to do a few videos about the process, because there's a lot of things that are really confusing. And I was thinking about doing 1 or 2 videos just on my reflections on the process. And so I wanted you guys' opinions about whether or not you wanted me to do a video here in this channel, or whether or not you wanted me to do a video separately and do them in a separate channel. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And I will hopefully see you guys when I get back from London, which is super scary. Okay, one day at a time. I tend to be sort of really panicky and kind of like nervous kind of a personality. So, but one day at a time, slow, steady wins the race. That's what I'm trying to tell myself. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.